You've never seen an Emma Frost Marvel Legends review like this, and it's not a clickbait. Does the new X-Men 97 Emma Frost have something to hide? In this review, I'll compare her with the Hellfire Club box set Emma Frost, test some Emma Frost head swaps, and see if I can repeat the Savage Land reveal, or this time I end up breaking the figure. Let's find out. The new X-Men 97 Marvel Legends Emma Frost feels like a second chance for collectors who missed the SDCC exclusive Hellfire box set White Queen. But is she really a good stand-in for the comic book based figure collector? The answer is both yes and no. Yes, because her costume differences are minimal. Emma is still rocking her signature white corset, and the cape is just a repaint of the old one. From a distance, she looks like comic book Emma Frost. But up close, you'll notice the X-Men 97 cartoon design choices adapted from Amelia Vidal's art, like the simplified hair sculpt with some strands. Other than the hair, she still reads as a comic book Emma Frost. Later, I'll even perform head swaps with past comic book version figures of this character to test if you can kitbash her into a fully comic book accurate display piece. Now here's one of the many surprises in this review. I initially assumed this Emma shared the same body mold as the Hellfire Club version, but I was wrong. The X-Men 97 Emma Frost is not a straight reuse. She has a new torso, double jointed pinless elbows and knees, and even a newly tooled corset. The only reused piece is the cape. So while this isn't just a repaint, it is actually an upgrade. And a good one at that? Stick around because I'll break down a detail I noticed that most reviews completely left out. The new Marvel Legends X-Men 97 Emma Frost comes with two head sculpts. She is one of the few in Wave 3 which comes with two head sculpts. The first head sculpt is a more relaxed version of her, while the other one has the hair swept to one side, with a devilish smile. This figure is a good representation of Amelia Vidal's art. I'm not saying it's perfect, but quite close. The hair, on the other hand, is perfect because there are some strands only, making it more X-Men animated series accurate. Emma Grace Frost has inkjet printed blue eyes, and her eyebrows are nicely sculpted. Up close, you can see the outline of her eyes are sculpted, especially on her eyelashes. Hasbro added inkjet print makeup around her eyes as well to highlight the sculpt. Her lips are painted rich red. Overall, I'm thankful that Hasbro included two head sculpts, giving us display options for Emma, whether she's just chilling on her throne or fighting somebody, and giving them a massive headache. Let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite head sculpt. I'm sure after making two reviews back to back, I'm gonna have a massive headache, so I appreciate if you give this review a hype. Clicking the hype button means giving this review 10 likes, or 100 likes, or even more, because it's supposed to help my review reach out more collectors. Consistent to the art of X-Men 97, she has a red pendant in the middle. It's not sculpted on, those are just painted black lines on a painted red part of her cape. Her cape is mostly blue. As you can see here, there is a paint missing right now because it's white paint on a blue cape. The strings of her corset are sculpted on with grayish blue paint. It's quite tight, so there is no skin showing like the comic books. Later, let's see whether we can loosen up that corset. There are sculpted lines running along her corset, it's just not painted on. However, for her high boots, the black vertical line is not sculpted, it's just painted all the way to the tip of her toe. For the back details, it's hidden with a cape. But you can remove the cape so you can see what is sculpted behind. And here is a quick Kitbash using the astonishing X-Men Emma Frost head. Here is one thing I don't understand why people are not talking about. When you remove her cape, of course you can see the form of her body. She has a hidden bicep swivel right here, which looks familiar. Also on top, that's very familiar. In less than 24 hours, I just reviewed the Target exclusive Mystique, which has the same noticeable holes on top of her shoulders. I'm really not sure why. Probably because they have the same design wherein there is a bicep swivel hidden on the gloves. That's why Hasbro reused that same arm. In terms of costume details, Emma Frost is dressed properly for her work. And if you're a comic book reader, you do know what she does in the Hellfire Club, right? The white neck piece is sculpted on, it's not a removable accessory. Emma Frost showing there's nothing to hide, especially her armpits. She comes with a pair of closed fist hands. These hands can hinge forward and back. It's all white. And for the last pair of hands, which gives you a grand total of 4, it's a pair of open palm hands, can hinge forward and back. I could have mistakenly interchanged this with Mystique's. It's actually the same looking ones. The holes of her armpit is not the grand reveal. Hope you stick around for the second part wherein I will check further and perform some head swaps. If you found this review useful, hope you give it a hype. Like this review, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. For places where the figures in this review might still be available, I left some links in the description below. This is the astonishing X-Men Emma Frost on the new X-Men 97 Emma Frost body.
I'm Juggernaut!
The astonishing X-Men Emma Frost head sculpt on the new X-Men 97 body works really well. It's not a perfect match in terms of skin tone, but it really looks good. Later we will do more, but let's answer the question whether you can loosen up Emma. For starters, I don't have two X-Men 97 Emma Frost body. The body behind the X-Men 97 is from the Hellfire Club box set, or a figure over 5 years old. I'm amazed that you can actually remove the corset. There are pegs inside, which means they are meant to keep the corset in place. So the chest has some sculpted holes just like this. And there is a massive gap between the upper torso and the lower torso, so she can move properly with that corset. 5 years later, I assume it's the same body mold they used for X-Men 97, so I can simply remove it as well. Think of this as my public service to the collecting community. I'm gonna take a risk so you don't have to break your own action figure. So let's take a look. Remember, I guaranteed they are different body molds. Here is the X-Men 97 lower torso and its peg. It's longer and has a ball-like end, unlike the old one. Here is the lower torso of the Black Queen, and it's exactly the same as the White Queen. In order to separate the upper torso from the lower torso, I needed a hair dryer and placed it in heat mode, which can deform a plastic, but not the corsets of the old Hellfire box set. They're rather thick type of plastics. So after removing the corset of the 2020 Hellfire box set White Queen and Black Queen, this is what it looks like. So there are no sculpted details except for peg holes for the corset. Now, did I successfully do it for the X-Men 97? It's actually a win for Hasbro. It seems that they expected that I will do this, so they glued on the corset. And the corset plastic, it got deformed. And I did, unfortunately, broke my figure. This is similar to the plastic they use for Joe Fix-It. It is very soft, and now it has a tear. Luckily, the tear is on the back of her corset, and just like what Hasbro says, no one displays their figures from the back. They're always facing front, and she has a big cape to cover it up anyway. I assume if I successfully remove the corset, it would be similar to this one. But the shape of her chest is different for the new one. So do I regret thinking I can get away with the same Savage Land reveal? Unfortunately, yes, but it's gonna be okay, right? Because you guys will hype this review and share it with your friends so that everybody knows. Do not try to remove it. Here is a Kitbash swapping the corsets of the Black Queen and the White Queen, and this time using the new heads from X-Men 97 Emma Frost. A quick shout out to that Reddit group that shared my Savage Land review. Hope you shared this one as well in Reddit. In the middle and out of the throne is the Hellfire box set White Queen head on the X-Men 97 body. Of course, we have to add Magneto's helmet because somebody told me. For a few more Kitbash, here they are with their plastic capes, which makes it hard for them to stand. In the middle is the X-Men 97 body with the old cape and the old Emma Frost head from the Hellfire box set. Going back to the astonishing X-Men body, here is the new Emma Frost head sculpt. It actually looks nice, but lighter skin tone for the head, so it's not a match. But still, you gotta admit, she's looking really fine with this new head sculpt. Here is the hair swept to one side. Is this review helpful so far? I hope you consider subscribing because big brands like Hasbro will only look at the numbers and they won't listen with my small subscriber count compared to larger channels out there. This is one head swap that I won't recommend, is using the new X-Men 97 Emma Frost head on the black costume Walgreens exclusive Emma Frost. Same is true for this head swap using the old head on the X-Men 97 body. The neck is so long, it doesn't look good. Although the skin tone won't match, the new X-Men 97 head with the hair swept to one side actually looks good on this old Walgreens body. I tried hiding the neck by adding the cape, but it still really stands out. So I really won't recommend using the Walgreens exclusive heads on the new X-Men 97 body. She'll just look like a giraffe. For me, the best head swap is really using the astonishing X-Men Emma Frost head on the new X-Men 97 body. It won't be similar to her classic look, but this really works and it's more realistic looking because of the hair strands. Let me know in the comments below which one is your pick. Another thing I forgot to mention, it's really hard to remove the Emma Frost head sculpt from the Hellfire box set body. I had to heat up the figure using a blow dryer or hot water so I can perform this head swap using the old Emma Frost head on the new X-Men 97 body. The figure stands 16.3 centimeters or 6.4 inches tall. According to the Impel trading card, Emma Frost is 5 feet 10 inches tall. So we have to remove the heels when measuring her. Without the heels, the new X-Men 97 Marvel Legends Emma Frost stands 15.2 centimeters or 6 inches, which is about right for a 6-inch scale figure. Here she is with the rest of the Hellfire Club. We have Donald Pierce, Sebastian Shaw, Mastermind, and Celine. A figure I reviewed yesterday, hope you check it out. This is the Target exclusive Marvel Legends Mystique, which came with a new Jean Grey head now on the body of the Black Queen. Compared to Jean Grey, I don't have that much Emma Frost figures. Here they are, astonishing X-Men Emma Frost, from the Hellfire box set SDCC exclusive Emma Frost, and the Walgreens exclusive Emma Frost. Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men 97 Wolverine, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, and Rogue. Next are the special women in Cyclops' heart: Jean Grey, Emma Frost, and the Goblin Queen. Here are the Marvel vs. Capcom Gamerverse characters I've reviewed so far, more to come. So for now we have Thanos, Psylocke, Omega Red, and War Machine. One of the recent popular reviews in my channel, hope you check it out, from the Gamerverse, Marvel Snap, Savage Land Rogue, and Shanna. Spider-Man comparison, here she is besides a shorter Spider-Man from the Secret Wars and the Maximum Series Spider-Man. Will the X-Men 97 Emma Frost fit in with game characters? Here we have Jidatoy Street Fighters, Blanka, Kami, Ryu, and Sagat. 1/12 scale size comparison, Medicom Toy Mapex, Cyclops, and Jean Grey. From the strong partnership of Executive Replicas and Loose Collector, we have Red Sonja and Crusade Comics She. On the other side is Darna, Philippines version of Wonder Woman by Halimao Sculptures and Loose Collector. From the new Burning Hammer line of Loose Collector, Master Wee Lee. For some 6-inch scale versus 7-inch scale size comparison, Marvel Legends Sabretooth, Marvel Select Sabretooth. Celebrating Marvel's 80 years Hulk, and the Marvel Select Rampaging Hulk or the Immortal Hulk. For packaging, Emma Frost comes in a X-Men 97 retro card back packaging, new art on the top. Side art is from Amelia Vidal. At the back are the figures included in this wave, and there is a product render of Emma Frost, some warning legalities, barcode, and of course, don't forget to recycle, just like Hasbro. For articulation, her head can move from side to side easily with a little hindrance, cannot look up that much, look down okay. Cannot move her arms when she's wearing a cape. She has some torso swivel hidden underneath, can do a split. She has a upper thigh swivel hidden in the boots, double jointed pinless knees. She can kick forward and she has an ankle rocker. Feet can hinge forward and back. Without the cape, there is freedom for her arms to extend that far. She doesn't have a butterfly joint, so she has a bicep swivel right here. Double jointed pinless elbows can reach her face like that. Swivel, hinge forward and back. She cannot crunch forward that much because of the corset, can crunch backward a little. From the Kitbash section, I forgot. Here is the new head sculpt on the classic Emma Frost from the Hellfire box set. When you remove the head, you can see it's a neck peg with a hinge. It's understandable why you should not perform this because it's really hard to remove and attach the heads. A little shaking right here. Here is the stoic head of Emma Frost on the old SDCC exclusive Hellfire box set Emma Frost. I took a risk for the collecting community in this review, and something unexpected happened. Make sure you check out that part to see what I discovered because it could save you from making the same mistake? Not sure. Check it out. Overall, the best thing about the X-Men 97 Emma Frost Marvel Legends figure is the head sculpts. Personally, as a 90s X-Men comics fan, I still prefer the classic comic book costume. But if you missed the Hellfire Club box set SDCC exclusive and don't already have an Emma Frost on your X-Men shelf, this version is a worthy addition. If you want to see more of my collection, check out the playlist linked on the top right corner of your screen. It features most of the Marvel Legends figures on my shelf. And thank you for watching. More X-Men reviews coming up soon. And an even bigger thank you if you decided to click that hype button, because that helps other collectors find out what really happened here. That is, I answered the big question, does the new X-Men 97 Emma Frost have something to hide? Don't forget to subscribe and share so you don't miss the next review. I hope to see you in the next one.